Okay, welcome back. Afternoon again. Just again a summary or now reading from a textbook, so from whatever. Let's look at the summary here of quadrilaterals. In other words, how are you going to go about remembering? Here it says square, all sides equal, all angles equal, 19. That's a way of reminding yourself. How do you remind yourself? Because everybody in the exam test, you'll be on your own. How do you remember? All sides equal, all angles 19. Rectangle, opposite sides equal, all angles 19. Parallelogram, opposite sides equal and parallel. Okay? Trapezium or trapezoid, depending on whether it's US or UK, two sides parallel. Rhombus, all sides equal, opposite side parallel. Kite, adjacent pairs of sides equal. Just a way of reminding ourselves. Again here you said, remember, four sides of equal length, four internal right angles. Which one will make you remember quickly? It's different representation, different presentation, or how people see it, how they will remember it. The question is, how will you remember it? Remember, I said you must look at things, analyze it, and what is important in your textbook and your questions, read every information given. And information that is given indicate on the figure which is equal, which is not equal, etc., etc. And coloring is very useful. Take your crayons and color. That will take you, it makes figures more clearer. It gives you a picture. It makes picture easily. All right, let me just switch off the phone. Right. Four internal right angles, opposite sides of equal length, rectangle. Opposite sides are parallel and equal in length. Opposite angles are equal. You know, those are, make yourself a mind map as well. Remember which is what are the properties, because questions will be asked to solve word problems, whatever to solve. You need to come up with your background of properties, knowing the properties. Rhombus, all four sides are same length, like square. That has been squashed sideways. It's a square, squashed sideways. Trapezium, trapezoid, two sides are parallel, side lengths and angles are not equal. Okay? Isosceles trapezium is where two sides are equal there, which is also the situation there, that those angles are equal, bottom and top angles are equal. Your kite, remember, two pairs adjacent neighboring sides equal, but diagonals bisect each other diagonally, or it also gives you a sense of symmetry, that whichever way you can think of. And opposite angles are equal, and the longer diagonal bisect the shorter one. Irregular, nothing is equal like a scalene. Irregular quadrilateral, there's nothing that you can go to hometown about. Parallelogram, as you see it, opposite side parallel and equal. Rhombus and a square, what's the difference then? Square, 90 degrees, everything the same, 90 degrees. Right? The point is, how are you going to remember? A square on the right, rigid, rectangle, sitting right, I see. And then your rhombus squashed, like I said, squashed square of some sort. But everything is more or less the same. Is a square a rhombus? Or is a rhombus a square? Yes, a square is a rhombus because all sides are equal, or opposite angles are equal, sides are opposite and parallel. But a rhombus is not a square because a rhombus does not have the 90 degrees. So that's why it helps to know and understand the properties. Okay. Again, if there's confusion between rhombus and parallelogram. Difference, rhombus all sides equal, parallelogram only opposite sides equal. The diagonals of a rhombus bisect at 90 degrees, whereas parallelogram not, but remember the diagonals bisect each other. There is now let's see now. How much do you know? How do we implement now? How do we use this information to solve problems? Let's see. Let's solve problems. Let's solve problems now. Let's solve problems. Let's see. Like I said, read each and everything. That is why here there's an emphasis. Study. Every question, read and understand. And if you are able to put it in a picture, to make it clearer, to make the picture more colorful, more understanding, do so. Study diagram below and answer the question that follow. Right? Calculate the value of x given the reason for your statement. Right? What type of quadrilateral? Now, it looks like a parallelogram. You see, in maths, it's not a matter of what it looks like, but what it is. What it is. Right? Now, we use our general knowledge that remember when we started with a rectangle. Remember that knowledge is important. What do we know about this thing? This figure is a quadrilateral. And what else do we know about quadrilateral? When you add all angles, they'll give you 360. Therefore, that's what you know. That's what you know now. And maths as a step-by-step process. Follow what you know and see where it takes you. So we're going to say angle A, D, C, B. When you add them, they give you 360. The resin revolution angle of a quadrilateral. So you must add all of them. Now you take your mathematics skills out now for use. When you add all angles, they must give you 360. That's what is important. In mathematics step by step. Final answer is never an issue. Everything goes step by step. Now, revolution and quadrilateral angles of a quadrilateral is 360. Sorry there. Now, of course, your mathematical understanding, your tool now. Mathematics is just a tool, calculations and whatever. Now we're using that tool, like terms. If like terms give you a problem, 3 apples plus 1 apple, 4 apple, another apple, 5 apple, another apple, you've got 7 apples. If it gives you a problem like terms. 60 plus 40 is 100, and 100 and 100 is 200. 200 plus 20 is 220, which is equals to 360. Because the value of x. But remember, is because you know the properties are assisting you to solve this. Properties are assisting you to solve that. Therefore, 7x, which is equals to 140. 140 degrees. Therefore, your equations as well are handy here. How many 7s in 7? How many 7, 7, 1? How many 1 is 1? How many 1? How many 14, 2, 20? Therefore, x is your 20 degrees. And you have answered the first question. Don't assume this is a parallelogram. You have to show. You have to prove. Now we are sorted with the first remarks. What do we see? Okay. They've given us your statement and your reason. You'll get your 2 marks. Solving for x, you get the 3 marks. Right. Now, what type of a quadrilateral is ABCD? Justify. Now, it's up to you. But it's also important to start with the first angle. It's up to you You want to check whether opposite angles will be equal, or what do you get? Actually, let's see. Let's start with D. D is x plus 40, which is 20 degrees plus 40 degrees, gives us 60 degrees. Right? And then this one, 2 by 20, 2 multiplied by 20 plus 20, because our x is 20, is 40 degrees plus 20 degrees, which is equals to 60 degrees. Right? Now we are happy that opposite angles are equal, and it's a four-sided figure. And it's definitely not a rectangle, because this is 60 degrees. Okay. You can even check further here. X plus 100 will give you 120 degrees. And it also shows you 60 plus 120 degrees is 180, therefore this is parallel. Therefore, parallelogram. Parallelogram, okay. Reason opposite angles equal. And you get your 6 marks. Now you see now your knowledge of properties now. Because now you see this, it's not clear. You're asking you what you know now. You must apply, implement, and solve questions. Okay? That's but just what we expected. That is why it's very crucial to go and learn and understand the properties. Right? We have also discussed this. We said initially angles of a quadrilateral 360 of a triangle must be 180, and the properties and so on and so on. We've discussed that one. Classification of triangles, your scaling, nothing is congruent. Isosceles only two congruent. Equilibrium, all angles are all sides equal as well as angles. Right. Now let's see, okay. Just to remind yourself, all your geometry of a straight line to a 2D, that angle, adjacent angles or angles of straight line give you 180. Remember that is very important. Also remember when you add all angles of a triangle is equals to 180, that's what he said. We've just implemented this one. All angles of a quadrilateral when you add them 360, as well as angles around a point, which is called angles of revolution. So these two guys give you 360. Always remember that. And also these two guys give you 180. Again, on your F, the corresponding angles of parallel and equal, or your co-interior angles. Remember we spoke about functions earlier on. Of parallel lines and so on and so on. They'll always be there. All right? Same thing here, co-interior angle, your U there, the angle is equals to 180. And another way of looking at it, you can have your own triangle. Should we try it here? Let's try. Let's quickly try. Show you what they're saying there. Let's show you what they're saying there. Here. They're saying when you add all these angles, they must give you a straight line. You see, here's my triangle. I'm cutting my angles. Here's the angle. When you join them, they must give you 180. They must not flip around, otherwise they must give you 180. They must give you an angle of a straight line. When you join all of them, they must give you straight line. There you are. When you add all those angles, they give you a straight line, which is 180. That's what they mean. After having cut all the angles and the corners, it's a proof. It shows you all of them, when you add them, they'll give you 180 degrees. That's what they're saying here. Let's have a look. That's what he said. Angle A, B, C, when you cut them, they give you a straight line. Some of angles give you 180. Same thing if you take all angles of a quadrilateral, they'll give you a revolution, which is 360. And we have also spoken about your F corresponding angles equal. There is also corresponding angles or vertically opposite VO. Vertically opposite angles are equal. I look for that question now. That will assist you. Now let's work at this one. Let's work at this one. All the knowledge that we know, we need it now. We need it now to come and assist us. But I'll draw another one. I'll draw another one as a way of saving time. It's a way of saving time. Don't worry, I'll draw another one when we need one. Here is our questions. Equations are becoming handy. Equations are becoming handy. Work out the missing angles. Now your knowledge of properties. Your knowledge of properties will assist you. Properties of a triangle. When you add all angles of a triangle, they should give you 180 degrees. That's what you know at this point in time, which is what is important in mathematics. What do you know? What are you giving? It's a triangle. When you add all of them, it will give you 180. Therefore, your A will be 180 degrees minus 130 degrees, which is 50 degrees. But you are assisted by your properties. Same thing when we go to this one. B plus 50 degrees plus 45 degrees will give you 180. Why? Angles of a triangle are supplementary. Therefore, B is equals to 180 degrees minus 95 degrees, which is 85 degrees. Can you try this one? Yes. What do you see? Your right angle triangle. But what do you know about the triangle? All angles, when they are added up, they will give you 180 degrees. That's what is important. The properties are assisting us. Therefore, 60 degrees, C degrees is equals to 180 minus 150, which is equals to 30 degrees. And what does this one say? What does this one say? All sides are equal. So we said if all sides are equal, it's an equilateral triangle. All sides equal, all angles equal. Right? Therefore, every angle there will be equals to R. That's what you know at this point in time. That's what you know at this point in time. For a fact, this is a triangle when you add all angles, 180. And you know all angles equals to R. But how many R's are there? 3 of them. They should give you 180. That's what you know. And then going forward. And then each angle will be 60 degrees. You see now? That's very, very, very important to analyze and understand. Let's look at this one, number 3. Now remember earlier on I gave you this picture. The picture of there is fun in X. When lines are parallel, these sides are equal. When lines are parallel, this angle is 180. When lines are parallel in a Z or an N, this angle is equal. And then opposite angles, vertically opposite angles are equal. There is that fun in that X. There is that fun in that X. So it tells me here I can see the X. This tells me already is 93. That tells me write it, take a crayon, write it. That's the information I'm given. Then I can say, all right, C degrees plus 93 degrees plus 40 degrees equals 180. What is the reason? angles in the triangles are supplementary. Therefore, your C is equals to 180 minus 113 degrees. So properties are carrying you. Properties is a language. They are carrying you. Right? Therefore, 80 then 67 degrees. But your properties, so it's important to go and learn about properties. No, your properties, when you at all angles of a triangle, 180. Angles on a straight line, 180. Know those properties. Then you will struggle. Right? Let's go to number 5. Number 5 again. What is in front of you? What is given? Number 5, you are told this is isosceles. This side is equal to this side. If that's the case, this angle should be equal to that angle. Then it tells you, therefore, this angle is 26 degrees. Properties. That you know for a fact that E degrees plus 26 will be equals to 180 degrees. Because you know it's an isosceles triangle, number 1, property number 1. Property number 2, when you add all of them, 180. Therefore, E is equals to 180 degrees minus 52 degrees. Therefore, it's important to learn the properties. Even if you learn them one by one, it takes long, but know some. Unlike, I'm not knowing, a name, which is 128 degrees. It's a question of what are you given? Question 4. What are you given? Look at the question. Read the question. They are saying to you, this side is equal to this side. It's an isosceles triangle, meaning this angle is equal to this angle. Therefore, I can say, okay, angle D. This is angle D. And that's all I know. Therefore, angle D plus angle D plus 34 degrees equals to 180. That's what you are giving you, putting it mathematically. Don't worry about the final answer. It will be there always. You make a mistake, you're worried about the final answer. What do you know? Put it mathematically. There are 2 of them plus 34, is it? 34 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Therefore, 2 of them will be equals to 180 degrees minus 34 degrees, which is 46. 146 degrees. 2 of them, 146. And then what is 1? How many 2's in 14? 7. How many 2's there? 3. But remember, you are driven by properties. You are driven by properties. That's what is important. Now the F is where we'll be talking about exterior angle of a triangle. Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to this one plus this one. Because this angle plus this one is 180. And this plus this one is 180 degrees. Right. Now, we know from that exterior angle, an angle outside the triangle. An angle outside that triangle, exterior angle. An angle outside that is equal to this 2. So it's important to know that property. So it's telling us here on this question that 8 degrees plus 41 degrees should be equals to 116 degrees. A plus 41 is equals to 116 degrees. So A is equals to 116 degrees minus 41 degrees, which is 75 degrees. the properties. Same thing with number 2. Number 2 says, what is an exterior angle? Exterior angle, you know for a fact from the properties. Exterior angle is equals to 49 degrees plus 90 degrees. Exterior angle is equals to 2 interior opposite. Therefore, B degrees is equals to 135 degrees. Properties, 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 property, property. Therefore, you must go learn and understand them. You must go learn and understand them. Now they will also ask you these questions combined. You see now. They'll ask you these questions combined. But you all again look at it, okay, I've got a triangle. I've got this angle, I've got this angle, I'm also giving. So this is one angle. Right? That is one angle. So okay, again. Angle D, this one. Angle D degrees plus 10 degrees is one angle. Plus this angle. Plus 38 degrees. They are all add up to 180 degrees. That is correct. You get a mark for that. Never ever worry about the final answer. Then you will get there. 72 plus 38 is 110, if my math serves me right. Right? Therefore, your D is 70 degrees. In other words, you look, what am I given? What am I given? What is math saying? What is math language is saying? The math language here tells you, right? It tells you this angle is equal to this angle. That's what you know. Right? It also, because of isosceles, you see properties. Properties are talking to us. This angle, this side is equal to that side, and this side is equal to that side. Therefore, it also tells you this is E degrees. That's what is important. So I must start this side. Therefore, 56 degrees plus 2 of those x's is 180 degrees. Why? Because when you add all of them, it's 180 degrees. So 2x equals to 124 degrees. And you subtract 56 from there. How many x into 2x? How many 2's into 2? 1. How many 2's into 12? 6. 2. That is your x. Right. Now, again, now you know your x is 62. Now, where are you now? An exterior angle. An exterior angle. Therefore, which is x? X is 62. 62 degrees or x is equals to E degrees plus E degrees. This x is equals to E plus E. But what is x? 62. And 2 is agree. And then how many 2's into 2's? 1. How many 2's in 32? 31. Properties, 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 properties. And your other maths tools, they must come to the picture now. Your other maths tools. Remember, you can rewind and check. But what is important for you is to go and learn the properties and solve questions once at a time. I just trying to show you, without knowing the properties, you cannot solve these questions without understanding your properties. You cannot answer questions. Without knowing the properties, it means you are not knowing, you don't understand the language. And read the questions. Read and understand the questions. Read and understand the questions. And of course, in geometry, the right approach is giving a statement and a reason, and you get your 2 marks. And the emphasis here, they say study. You know, this study thing, is there any question, read and understand. There are people who believe that you can't read maths. How can, every language, you have to read. There's no language that you cannot read. And maths is one of those languages. So it's important to read. If you've got colorful pens, color. Study the following and then answer the question that follows. Okay. BC is parallel to DE. It's not clear, sorry. BC is parallel to DE. And already, to me, I'm going to look for my Z. I know this angle is equals to this angle because of that Z. Already, I'm going to look for my F. For my F means this angle is 70 degrees. So I've got some information already. Right. Now the question is looking for D2. D2. And we are given that D1 is equals to D2. In other words, this is also equals to this one. And if they are equal, it tells you these sides are equal. But let's start nevertheless. They're looking for D1 and D2. And we don't know any of them what size is equals to what. We've got no idea. We've got no idea. Right? The only way is to say, okay, where is D1, D2? The relationship again. D1 and D2 plus A plus E equals to 180 degrees. Why? Angle and an angle and an angle. Again, angles of a triangle equals to 180. That is the reason. Now D1 plus D2 plus what is A? You are given there A is 60 degrees. What is E? You are given here A is 70 degrees. All equals to 180 degrees. Therefore, D1 plus D2 A plus 130 degrees equals to 180 degrees. D1 plus D2, therefore, equals to 50 degrees. But you know that D1 is equals to D2. Therefore, each one of them is 25, 25. Therefore, your D2 is 25 degrees. So, you check relationships again. Where is D1 and D2? D1 and D2 is related to 1. And again, when you look at the F there, it means this is equals to this. Which means what? 50 degrees. And 50 plus 6, 110 plus 70 is 180. So you look what is equal. What is the relationship? Even if when you calculate, you look what is the relationship. That's what is important. Right, I've written on this one. Okay, the next question is looking for C1, C2, and C3. They also need a statement, and of course your reason. I read over it. In other words, they are looking for C1, C2, C3. Now already you say, okay, angle C1 is equal to 70 degrees. What is the reason? Corresponding angles of parallel lines. There is that F. So 70 degrees equals to 70 degrees. There is that F that is facing down. Use your crayons, make sure it's not messy, you know. That kind of F, it looks like this. But it's an F nevertheless. Corresponding angles of parallel lines equal. That is C1. C2. We go to the figure. Wait, where is C2? C2 is in this triangle. You know, that's how you do this thing. C2 is in this triangle. And then the relationship. C2 in this triangle, let's see. Okay, in this triangle, C2 is equals to D1. Equals to D1. Angles opposite equal sides. That is the reason. But initially, remember, you requested to calculate D1. And then we saw that D1 is equals to 25 degrees. Always there is that relationship. You look for relationships. Mathematics is a relationship subject. Mathematics is a relationship subject. Again, they say to you, okay, what is... okay. C3. They are looking for C3. The question is looking for C3. Again, your statement and reason. You look for C3. Now you see, where is C3 situated? C3 is situated in this triangle. And you know this angle is 25 degrees. Or C3 is an exterior of this angle. Therefore, we can say, oh, C3 is equals to D1 plus 8 degrees. Reason, exterior angle of a triangle. D1, have we proven it? Yes, it's 25 degrees. A, what do we know about A? It's 60 degrees we are given. Therefore, C3 is equals to 85. C3 is equals to 85. Or the relationship again. Angle C3 plus angle D2 plus angle E equals to 180. Angle C3 plus angle D2 plus angle E equals to 170. The reason sum of angles of a triangle is 180. So we're looking for C3. What is your D2? 25. Sorry. 25. And what is your E? 70 equals to 180 degrees. More than 80 degrees minus 95, which is 85 degrees. Sorry. That's the situation. Okay. That is the situation. Right. What do you have here? What are you given? I see a triangle. And what kind of a triangle? Isosceles. And if that is isosceles, this angle on the legs is equal to this one. What else do I have? I have my Z or my N, which is this one, because they are parallel lines. Which tells me this is 63. Right. Now, they are looking for X. The question is looking for X. Now, the point is, what is the relationship? Where is X? And I analyze, I see X. Here is X. X is on the outside. X is an exterior angle. Therefore, X is equals to this angle plus this angle. Angle B plus angle C. The reason, exterior angle of a triangle. But what is B? 63. What is C? 63. Therefore, X is equals to 126. Properties. 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 And then we look at Y. Where is Y? Here it's Y. What is the relationship there? There are parallel lines where Y is. Meaning Y is in Z or N form. Therefore, Y is equals to B degrees. What is the reason? Alternating angles of parallel lines. And what is B? 63. 63. So, properties. 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 Otherwise, there is nothing you can do. There is nothing you can do. Now is your chance to look at this one. Number one, you are given the picture, you get the picture, you see a triangle. You also see an exterior angle straight away. Exterior angle, triangle. All right? So, it says to you, X plus Y minus 20 degrees is equals to 180. That you know perfect. X plus y minus 120 is 180 degrees angles in a triangle. That's a fact that you know, number one fact. Number two, you know x plus 30. X plus 130, I'm sorry, is equals to 180. Why? Angles on a straight line, you remember, angles on a straight line, 180. So these properties are important to know. What is the question? X and Y. Now the property there is talking to you. Therefore, x is equal to 150 degrees. Properties. Must look, where is x? X is within a triangle. X is also in a straight line. Properties. What are the properties saying? You work at that one. Now we know here x is 150. Therefore, 150 degrees plus 2y minus 20 degrees equals to 180. 15 minus 20 is minus 5 degrees equals to 180 degrees. All right? 2y is equals to 175 degrees. And the y is equals to half of 175. What is the issue? Properties. Properties. The issue is properties. The issue is properties. And equations becomes handy. The equations becomes handy. The last one in closing. Do you see a triangle? Yes. What else do you see? What else do you see? Right? I see a triangle, but now it's not assisting because I don't know what is going on there. Right? What else do I have? Where else is x? Oh, I see x on a straight line. Oh, x on a straight line. X on a straight line. Now, because of the property, I know the property, I know the language, then I can talk now. 4x plus 5x is equals to 180 degrees. Y angle of a triangle is 180. 4x plus 5x is 9x equals to 180 degrees. How many 9s in 9? 1. How many 9s in 18? 2. In 0 is 20. Therefore, your x is 20 degrees. The relationship, where is x? Where can I find x? Here. Here there's a gap. I cannot answer this one. It's difficult. I don't know what's happening. Where else can I go? I go here on a straight line. Now I know what is x. If x is 20, this one is 60 degrees. If x is 20, this one is 80 degrees. Now I know something now. I know that angle E plus angle 60 plus angle 80, they are all equals to 180 degrees. Angles in a triangle give 180. And then angle E is equals to 180 degrees minus 140 degrees. Therefore, E is equals to 40 degrees. Therefore, 40 degrees plus 60 is 100. 100 plus 80 is 180. And if this one, x is 20, this one is 100. And look at it, exterior angle equals to interior opposite. Exterior angle equals to interior opposite. So properties, and more properties, and more properties. Good luck for the year. I hope you enjoyed the lessons. Look them over and over again. Rewind, but like I said, read to understand, look to understand, see, and remember the properties. And remember they are all over the properties. Rectangle, 90 degrees, the language. Thank you very much.